Urgent Pittsburgh Steelers fans. Do not miss this. What just happened? You won't believe this one. But before we reveal the big news, make sure to subscribe to the channel, because here, we bring you daily videos with the latest Pittsburgh Steelers updates. And to not miss anything, activate the notifications. Alright, folks, I know you're all on the edge of your seats right now, and who can blame you? The NFL offseason has been nothing short of a roller coaster, especially for Steelers fans. The buzz around the league, the whispers, the rumors, it's all pointing to one thing: the Pittsburgh Steelers might be on the verge of landing one of the biggest names in recent quarterback history. Yes, I'm talking about Aaron Rodgers. Now, I know what you're thinking: is this really happening? Are the Steelers about to pull off something huge? Well, let me walk you through everything we know so far, and trust me, this story is heating up faster than a Steelers game in the fourth quarter. Over the past few weeks, the NFL rumor mill has been swirling with speculation about Rodgers' next move. We've seen multiple reports suggesting that his future might be decided very soon, and that the Pittsburgh Steelers are front and center in that picture. Now, for the longest time, the league and fans alike wondered whether Rodgers, who's been a Packers legend and one of the most talented quarterbacks of his generation, was truly on the market. Well, it looks like all signs are pointing to yes. According to the latest from Pro Football Talk's Mike Florio, things are inching closer and closer to a definitive answer. Florio, who's been closely following this story, tweeted overnight that we're getting closer and closer to an answer as to Rodgers' status. And all signs point to Rodgers becoming a Steeler. That's a bold statement, folks, and it's one that has NFL fans buzzing all across social media. Now, of course, Florio did caveat that with the usual: nothing is done until it's done, which is pretty much the NFL mantra when it comes to big deals. But if you've been paying attention over the past few months, this isn't exactly a surprise. The Steelers have been in the mix from the very beginning, especially after the team's recent struggles at the quarterback position. Think about it: Ben Roethlisberger retired after an incredible career, and the team has been searching for stability ever since. Mason Rudolph and Mitch Trubisky have had their moments, but neither has truly been the franchise quarterback that Pittsburgh so desperately needs. So, naturally, when the opportunity to bring in a future Hall of Famer like Rodgers appeared on the horizon, the Steelers front office couldn't ignore it. It's worth mentioning that the Steelers weren't the only team interested in Rodgers. The New York Giants and Minnesota Vikings also made their pitches, and there was plenty of talk about whether Rodgers would choose either of those teams, especially given their recent quarterback uncertainties. That said, the vibe from the Steelers camp has been very different. From the moment free agency opened, it was clear that Pittsburgh's front office had its eyes set on Rodgers, viewing him as the missing piece to contend for a Super Bowl now. The team has been aggressive in its approach, and the fact that they're still in the race speaks volumes about their commitment to making a real splash this offseason. You see, the Steelers have a rich history of making bold moves when it counts. They're not afraid to pull the trigger on big trades or sign top-tier talent, especially when it's clear that the team's window for a championship isn't closing. If anything, it's just opening wider. And bringing in Aaron Rodgers? That's exactly the kind of move that could elevate this team from a playoff contender to a legitimate Super Bowl favorite. Imagine the impact Rodgers could have on a Steelers offense that's been solid but not spectacular in recent years. With his experience, leadership, and incredible arm talent, he would immediately boost the team's chances to compete at the highest level. Now, let's talk about what this could mean for the team's roster. The Steelers have a talented core, especially on defense, with T.J. Watt, Minkah Fitzpatrick, and a solid linebacking core. Offensively, Najee Harris has shown promise as a young running back, and the receiving core has some talented young players like George Pickens and Deontay Johnson. But what's been missing is that consistent, game-changing quarterback who can elevate everyone around him, someone like Rodgers. His ability to read defenses, make smart decisions, and deliver accurate throws under pressure could transform the Steelers' attack overnight. It's not just about the stats, it's about the intangibles, the leadership, and the experience that Rodgers brings to the table. And speaking of the quarterback situation, The rumors also suggest that Rodgers isn't just looking to join any team, he's evaluating whether Pittsburgh truly fits his vision for the next chapter of his career. There's been speculation that Rodgers might consider retiring if he doesn't find the right fit, but all signs now point to him actively exploring this move, and the Steelers seem to be the front-runner. The recent reports from Billy Hyen, a respected NFL writer, reinforce this idea by stating that Rodgers and the Steelers are very close to sealing the deal. The sense of anticipation is mounting, and fans are eagerly waiting for the official announcement. Now, I want to pause here just for a second. If you want the YouTube algorithm to keep recommending the latest Pittsburgh Steelers news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick, and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now, let's continue with the big reveal. So, what's next? Well, the deal, if it happens, would be one of the most talked about offseason moves in recent NFL history. The logistics are complex. There are salary cap considerations, trade negotiations, and of course, Rodgers' own decision-making process. But given the recent reports and the momentum building up, it feels like we're on the brink of a major turning point. The Steelers are known for their strategic approach, and if they pull this off, it could redefine their franchise's future for years to come. Imagine the roar of the Heinz Field crowd when Rodgers steps onto the field in black and gold, ready to lead the team into battle. That alone would be worth the wait. Now, let's not forget the broader NFL landscape. The AFC is fiercely competitive, and acquiring Rodgers would undoubtedly shake things up. The Chiefs, Bills, Bengals, and Dolphins are all in the mix, but a Steelers team with Rodgers could be that dark horse contender that everyone underestimates until it's too late. Plus, the legacy of the Steelers' quarterback lineage, think Terry Bradshaw, Ben Roethlisberger, and now, potentially, Aaron Rodgers, continues to grow. Steelers fans have always prided themselves on having a winning tradition, and this move could be the next chapter of that storied history. As we wait for official confirmation, it's worth remembering that these negotiations can be delicate. Rodgers has options, and he's known for being thoughtful about his decisions. But with the Steelers' unwavering pursuit and the recent reports indicating that things are moving fast, it's only a matter of time before we get the definitive news. And when that happens, you can bet that the entire NFL world will be watching, because it could be the beginning of a new era for the Steelers. Now, I want to wrap up by saying that whether Rodgers ends up in Pittsburgh or not, this offseason has shown us how hungry the Steelers are to contend again. The front office has been aggressive, making smart moves, and clearly, they're not afraid to swing for the fences. It's what Steelers fans have loved about their team for decades: boldness, resilience, and a relentless pursuit of greatness. And if Rodgers joins the fold, well, that's just the cherry on top of what's already shaping up to be an incredible offseason. And now, Pittsburgh Steelers fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Do you believe Rodgers will wear the black and gold this season? How do you think he'll impact the team? Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Steelers community. Remember, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for all the latest Pittsburgh Steelers news. The offseason might be slow sometimes, but this story is anything but. Thanks for watching, and as always, keep the faith, because the best is yet to come for the Steelers.